Hello. I'm so proud of myself. I'm only 1 minute late. This is from the person who always says, I'm never late. And then I've been late consistently for the Katie's Arms. Welcome back to the Katie's Arms, and thank you all for joining me. I'm sorry for messing around the times, because I know we're supposed to be 8 o'clock on a Friday, right? And I keep changing that at the moment, so I apologise. And the reason is I'm always somewhere. So as we speak right now, you just have this dodgy view of a crappy hotel room. Actually, what's behind me? Be like one of those Daily Mail nightmares where someone has something embarrassing behind them that you see. I don't know. So I'm in a hotel room, but I am looking at, I really would like to show you, but it won't work, I don't think. I'm looking at the Rockies. So I'm looking out in Colorado at this huge band of cliffs that just erupt from nowhere. If any of you have been to the Rockies, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is Bald Eagle territory. I actually saw one yesterday, which I think was an omen. So I'm looking at this huge view of the Rockies, which is brilliant, and you just get a crappy view of a crappy little DoubleTree by Hilton. How nice for you. Thank you for coming back to Katie's Arms. So a really weird thing is happening. Katie's Arms seems to be everywhere right now. Everywhere I go, someone has a reference point about Katie's. I'm in America. And you see someone next, so the wife will go, oh, I just love the Katie's Arms. Thank you for the Katie's Arms. It makes me laugh. I get to laugh. And that's the thing we're doing here, is we're just trying to have a bloody laugh, guys. And then you see the husband or someone next to them thinking, what do they mean? They start looking at my arms. And I'm like, no. In the UK, we have pubs called the Arms. And so it's a pub because we can't go to a pub. And I start trying to explain it. Impossible. But it turns out the Katie's Arms has gone global and people love it. The other thing that I'm trying not to think about at all is that I thought I was just talking, well, mostly just talking to me, if we're honest, which I'm perfectly happy about, as you can tell. Like, I can just sit and talk to myself for a very long time. I think it's probably because that's what we all do in our heads all the time. I just open my mouth and it all just comes out anyway. But it turns out people are watching this that I just don't even want to think about it. My mother watched the last one and she was like, oh, your t-shirt looked nice, dear. And that what I realised from that, of course, is that God only knows what I said on that, but it certainly wouldn't be about, something I would ever say in front of my mum. Like, my mum and I still pretend like, babies got delivered by the stork. Like, that's the deal with your parents, isn't it? That's what, like, you have parents and then they're really excited when they first become grandparents, but no one ever talked about how that baby actually got there, because that's kind of awkward. So anyway, to all the people who are watching this who are older and then I have to look in the eye later, let's just pretend none of this, whatever I say happened. Let's just pretend like that doesn't, because it's embarrassing. A gentleman in California, where I'm going, was telling me about his eyebrows the other day because he's working on his eyebrows because of what I said at the Katie's Arms. And then I had this sort of flashback, and I think we also talked about anal hair runways. So now I'm looking at, a conservative gentleman. He's 40, whatever years old. 70 something years old. And he's talking about his eyebrows, but all I can think about is anal hair runways. So, guys, Katie's Arms is proving, I don't know, I think it was just easier looking like an angry lesbian, to be honest. I think maybe I just have to cut my hair and go back to that whole angry Ellen DeGeneres look I had going on for a long time, because it seemed to be, I don't know, it had to I had more of a wall between my gob and other people. Anyway, that's what's going on. I thought what we might do is, I'm going to really try and do some of your questions. Is your travel for holiday or is it essential? How rude. How rude. Someone is asking whether I'm an essential journalist. How very dare you? Of course I'm essential. Just one thing as well, just for the record. Someone's saying, do I do drugs? This is literally me sober. I'm just going to show you all that I've drunk today. In fact, you're going to be disgusted as well. Hold on. So let me tell you, it's what is it here in the morning? 10 in the morning. I've gone down and had a manky breakfast burrito because, of course, nobody can possibly have, breakfast in a hotel because of COVID. I mean, shit. If we actually tried to have a breakfast service in a shitting hotel, no doubt we'd all die immediately. So some spiteful little woman behind the counter has to just pass me some manky breakfast burrito and think that that's going to fuel this for the rest of the day. This temple of muscle. No, it's not. Get a bloody breakfast service going on, you daft arseholes. We'll talk about this. COVID has been used as this isn't piss, by the way. COVID has been used as an excuse to just be a lazy bastard. And that's essentially what's happening at this hotel as well. So this is not my we. I'm not an Amazon delivery driver yet, but I'm very happy to be and definitely would do that job. No, I don't. We all know I've been the drive-through girl at McDonald's. I was the wimpy waitress, £1.40 an hour. I was the, what else was I? I was the bakery girl on a Saturday in my local village, £1 something an hour. And we used to play rounders with a French stick and a bap. It was bloody epic. I loved it. Anyway, this isn't piss. Why am I talking about that? Oh yes, I'm showing you what I've drunk because people always think I'm drunk or they think I've taken drugs. This is literally how I wake up. Like, well, not with this hair, I washed it. So this is some sort of squash that I made because I'm trying to drink because we're in Colorado and everyone tells me all the time, oh my God, we're at such an elevation. Oh my God, you're so high up. Yeah, it's just so dehydrating. And they don't say it like that because they're American. So dehydrating. Oh my God, you need to drink more water. Drink more water. That's Long Island. Okay, I can't do accents. But so I'm trying to drink. So manky squash and then this manky, this has no resemblance to orange juice whatsoever. It says on the front, orange juice. That's bullshit. 100% juice, also bullshit. The closest this thing has ever been to an orange, I expect, is in a truck passing a field. None of this is orange juice, and I know it. So know that, dole, or whatever you are. I know that this is just shit. Anyway, when you're on the road, you have to be grateful for what you're given. I was not grateful for my breakfast burrito. Also, where's my mask? I don't know. The silly, spiteful woman behind the counter who's got 85 visors on and some shitty plastic screen as well. I need bacon and eggs. Babes, I know it. I need taking care of. My family are always like, have you eaten? I was like, well, I would eat if someone could bloody cook me a meal because of COVID, no one can do anything. The woman behind the counter goes, have you got your mask? Have you got your mask? So I hold up my fist in an angry gesture, but I have my mask on my fist. But I've worked out this is kind of, it just makes me feel better. So she goes, have you got your mask? And I just go, yes, I have. And then I go, would you like me to put it on? So I kind of get that in to just show that I'm better than her. That's a bit sad, isn't it? She's younger than me, but I'm still better than her. And I could hurt her if I chose to. And then I'll put the mask on. I'm finding ways around all of this bullshit, friends. I really am. But yes, I'm dehydrated. I'm starving my arse off. But I am looking at the Rockies and that's great. Here in America, I'm doing 18 dates in 14 days. And that's why I'm losing my voice. And it's also not helping with the transvestite thing. So you'll all know that everybody thinks I'm a transvestite. Ooh, come and visit us in Orange County. I'm a coming. Everyone thinks I'm a transvestite anyway, which I'm totally fine with, actually. Like, if I was transvestite, that's fine. That's my shit. Piss off, right? Like, I wouldn't be making a big deal of it. I'd just be a transvestite. A lot of men in bars think I'm a tranny too, which is fine. Why am I talking about being a transvestite? Oh, my voice. So my voice isn't helping with the tranny thing. Although then again, I have long hair now, whereas when I had the short hair, everyone thought I was a lesbian. Basically, I'm supposed to be whatever gender. It's always the left as well. They sort of have a go at you like, oh yeah, tranny Hopkins. Like that's an insult. Whereas actually I'm like, yeah, I'd be fine with that. I'm not bothered. If I had a willy, I'd quite like it. I've always wanted to do helicopter willies. You know, men will know. Women should know. If you're a woman and you don't know about helicopter willies, seriously, you need to just get out more, or you should have seen more people before you married your husband or whatever. Or get your husband to demo it for you or your partner. Or do it now. Do it now at the Katie's Arms. Helicopter willies are essentially live and more people should do them. And it's basically where you get your willy and you just waggle it round in a circle. I don't have one, but if I did, I would definitely do that a lot, because that just seems like the best way to spend time. I 100% would do that. So that's the whole transvestite thing. As people say I'm a transvestite, I'm not. But it's the left that always use that as a way of attacking me. And yet, of course, they're the ones that are supposed to be LGBTQ. Everyone can be what they want. We love the transsexuals. Yes, let's get men in bathrooms with young girls. Yeah, let's have men doing judo against 2-year-old ladies. Yeah, you know, but they're the ones that try and use that as a form of abuse for me. Weird how that works, isn't it? Helicopter willies. Yeah, I know. I wonder if tell me if your hair slaps me on the face every time. Okay, well done, my kind of guy. Look, see, this is what happens at Katie's Arms. Every time I think I'm going to be sensible, now we're doing helicopter willies and we've only been talking 10 minutes. And now what's going to happen is I'm going to go to a Conservative function and someone's going to say to me, Katie, do you want to come and see my helicopter pad? You see, this is what happens. This is my life. My life is just not like a normal life at all. Oh, it was much easier just being the biggest bitch, Islamophobic, misogynistic, hates figure. It was easier in a way because it was less the funny bit of me got put away and just people could think I was a monster and it was fine. Anyway, yes, so jealous of you actually having a life. I know, and I feel shit for the fact that you're not all here. I don't regret that I'm here because screw it. But I wish I could bring everybody here with me. And I guess that's part of what I also am trying to do is kind of forge a path, blast a trail that says, you know, the time for asking permission is over and the time for waiting to be told an answer is through. And every time you find yourself asking someone, is it okay if, just check yourself. Because you know what, you're a fully grown bloody adult and you are in charge of your own personal liberty and freedom. And if you decide to do something, bloody go for it, darlings. And as I tell my kids, like, I will regularly stop my car, get out and move a stop sign or a road closed sign. I'll just get out, park the car, stop the car rather, not park it, get out and move the road closed sign. Because I think things are advisory. And a road closed sign, it might not mean it. I mean, yes, there may be a pissing great big hole and I may be about to plummet to my death. But inevitably, there's just sort of 4 or 5 fat bastards not doing the road work they're supposed to be doing and you can drive on through anyway. So, you know, that's my approach to life. And I think you should have that approach as well. If you see a sign or a thing, just think of it as advisory for lesser people and you make your own decisions. If you do move any road closed signs, do just check, because I don't want to like read that someone then plummeted to their death and, you know, they were a member of Katie's Arms and therefore they thought it was okay to just, you know, follow my lead. So yes, I have busted my ass back into the United States of America. And so we British people are banned from America right now because we have a special brand of Ebola that we're supposed to be giving everybody. Given I've smeared myself up against probably a few thousand Colorado people, Coloradians, Denverians, Coloradians? What? Help me. No answers. Okay, so given I've smeared myself, if I have got British Ebola, I've given it to bloody everybody in Colorado. So we're all going down together, darlings. British people are banned from America and also we're banned from leaving Britain. We're banned from being more than 7 miles from our house. We're banned from taking a piss without permission. We're banned from breathing. We're banned from freaking everything. So I guess the point I'm rather proving is that those rules only apply. I'm a big fan of law and order. You know, I want everyone to be safe. I want everyone to be happy. Coloradans, thank you. You see, it's just bloody obvious. How thick do you have to be? I do have GCSEs and A-levels and a degree. But I'm still thick. Yes. So my point is that I don't have to adhere. I have no moral obligation to adhere to rules that are made up by fat politicians that I have no respect for. I have no moral obligation to follow laws that have been invented purely for profit or other people's gain. And it doesn't matter to me if when I get back to the UK, they lock me up in a prison. I don't care. Because I'm going to do this no matter what. So it doesn't really matter what they do to me or what they try to take from me. I'm going to live this life. So there we are. It's all very well and easy for me to say, I know. But actually, I did put a bit of an effort in to get here, darlings. 20 days in Mexico, ridding myself of that clause, hiding in a Frankfurt airport because Germans don't want British people near them, and then hanging out in Mexico City because it kills more journalists than any other city. So obviously, I'd only be there for work. Therefore, I'm essential. Just so we're clear as well, everybody, we don't use the phrase non-essential. Like when we are in some Weatherspoons, oh yes, Tim, I need to sort that out, having the Katie's Arms, no one is not essential. Not essential doesn't exist. No one is an essential worker and no one is a non-essential worker, just so we're absolutely bloody clear here. No one's a pissing hero just because they went doing some riding around on some bit of radiography equipment that should have been being used to save someone's grandfather, okay? They're not a hero. You shouldn't be at the front of a supermarket queue just because you've got a friggin' socialised healthcare badge. Okay, everybody's essential. essential. If you're trying to put a roof over your head or food in your kids' bellies, you're essential. And no other bastard is going to tell you anything else. So just keep that in mind if you hear the phrase essential, non-essential, essential journeys. You want to go somewhere, my darlings? That's essential. You want to go and dance naked on a podium on a beach? Why would there be a podium on a beach? Don't know. Do it. That's an essential journey. You need to go somewhere so that you feel a bit better about yourself. That's an essential journey. Everything is an essential journey if you felt like you wanted to do it, and you're an essential person because you're alive and we all need you. So just remember that shit when you're being told other crap by people pretending to be newsreaders because they're still sat there fat ass in the studio, am I getting a bit carried away? Reading off a teleprompter. They've probably not even got clothes on underneath their bottom half, and they couldn't do a helicopter willy if they freaking tried because their penis is so damn small. Okay, I feel a bit better. Not sure where that all came from, but you see, that's there. That's just below the surface. See, pissed me off. You're going to get all of that. I should update you as to what the hell I'm doing next. So now I'm here doing Colorado with Coloradans, now that I've learned that word because I'm an actual grown-up in the room, from here and the Rockies that I'm looking out on, which is glorious, actually. It feels, if you return to fundamental stuff like rocks and steel and big men with muscles, helicopters, your life feels better. We all need to get back to fundamental stuff. Screw city stuff, screw being told what to do, screw you can walk here, cycle here, do this, sod all of the lot of them, sod politicians. We need to get back to fundamental stuff like rock and steel and iron ore and big men walking through car parks. You should see my view, ladies. From here, I'm going to go to California, my friends. Let me just try and give you a few dates without boring the shit out of people who are in the UK, locked down and pissed off at the fact they can't do anything, go anywhere or wipe their own arse without the potato in a wig signing them an order or giving them a freaking permit. I will be back in California on the 7th of, what month are we in? April. I will then be in Redlands on the 8th. I have 2 nights of stand-up in LA booked. My first formal stand-up on the 12th and 13th in the Lux in LA, which is going to go off. And I cannot wait for it. If I don't end up naked that night, I totally failed. Then I'll be in Palm Springs on the 14th. On the 18th, I'll be in Grass Valley in Sacramento. I can't even believe I'm remembering all this. Like, Joe Biden has totally made me feel better about my own dementia. 21, I will be in Murrieta with Pastor Tim, the hottest pastor in the whole of America. He has huge guns in every sense. He wears brilliant T-shirts across his well-honed chest. And he's kept his church open this whole damn time, even though they came and arrested his wife. I'm making a definite attempt to steal Pastor Tim, but he's connected to God. So I don't think I'm going to make that happen. But, the endeavour is there, my darlings. That's the 21st, 22nd back in LA. And then I think I'm being dragged back to Colorado. They want me back here at the end of the month. And then I'm going to throw myself to the wind. I don't know when I'm going home, don't know when I'm coming back. Certainly not telling any bastard from the British government or the police. I'll see you in Broadmoor, all right? Any prisoners out there listening to the Katie's Arms? Make me a comfy bed, would ya? I'm not doing any of that weird toilet dangling shit either. I don't even understand how you guys do that crap. Like fishing for letters down the toilet system when there's actual poop. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting my mail that way. I'm not very good on drugs either, I'm sure, so I can't do that. But otherwise, make me a comfy bed. And when I get back, they can lock me up where they freaking fancy. So yes, I will throw myself to the wind and I'm going to continue because I feel like this way you guys can live a little bit vicariously through me. I can keep talking to people. I'm telling everyone everywhere I go what the hell is going on in Britain. You should see audiences. I must try and get you the when I tell the audience, or the decent grassroots patriots, they're just people. This isn't about politics anymore, guys. This is just people that want the best for each other, who don't want to interfere with each other, although I do want to interfere with Pastor Tim. This is just people who want the best for each other. When I tell them what's going on in the UK, they can't believe it. I have to explicitly tell them I'm not lying for them to believe it. When I tell them some schools are forcing kids to put stickers on them to show they didn't do testing and therefore to mark themselves out effectively as unclean. No? Anybody? Historical reference points, badges marking you out as unclean? No? Not chiming any bells, leftist? No? No time in history that we had that sort of thing happen? Piss off. And can piss off with my language. If my mother hears this is just... Mum, you shouldn't be listening. Go and watch Monty Don or Gardener's World, or, go and ring thingy from the WI. Don't be listening to this. I'm still supposed to be your child. Anyway, yes, vaccine passports, obviously bullshit. Calling them something, watch them as well with this naming. Did you hear? Freedom certificate. Sod off. Just because you get handcuffs and now you're going to call them freedom bracelets. These aren't freedom bracelets, yeah? They're handcuffs. That's not a freedom certificate. That's a vaccine passport. It's the same damn thing. Do not let them change the language up to confuse you. These are not freedom bracelets. Remember, also wear your mask on your wrist and get some biceps. Then you can do that aggressive thing that I do. What did I also want to say? Yes, I think there'll be a way around all this travelling thing. They're just trying to scare you still so you comply and eventually take the vaccine because you want to get your life back. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. There'll be a testing way around this. And eventually there'll be a testing situation like they have in Mexico. And let me just explain how that works to you. You go onto the beach where it's about 80 degrees in your small Corona shorts and your small Corona bikini. A guy called Alejandro is really nice to you, makes you feel good about yourself, offers to give you a massage. You give him 20 pesos. He hands you a negative PCR test and you get on a plane. So let's remember that when you start making up bullshit irrational rules, some clever dude called Alejandro will make up some bullshit way around them, and everyone's a winner. So hold out for that light. I've used that system. It works very well indeed, and Alejandro and I got on just perfectly. Right. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Is that you mocking me, or is that what you think of me? I don't know, but bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Someone told me that my face is a Netflix box set in one place. I think it's because I've lost control of my skin, as we know. It's a genetic thing. So it means... So on the flight attendants are miserable bastards as well. They're trying to use this as some punitive thing. So like, oh, because of COVID and I'm just doing this accent because I can't do an American one. COVID lockdowns measures. We've had to reduce our food and beverages service. What the are beverages? Drinks? This is a drink. Drink. Beverages. I don't know what a beverage is, but it's something you just have on a plane. Beverages. So that, see my skin elasticity, fucked. Oh, mum, Monty Don, go on. Get on. So just to be miserable bastards, they've stopped doing food and beverages. And then I come down the aisle now going, water? You want some water? Snack? Water? Bloody Oliver Twist. Oh, cauliflower soup. Oh, do you want some gruel? Would you like some watered down gruel? Just to make your life a bit more shit, because now it's COVID. I can get away with doing piss all in my polyester suit. Honestly, these air hostesses, they're terrific sizes now, monsters of women, because they're just such fat bastards from playing, what's that shitting awful game where you just move fruit about like you're a complete moron and didn't get born with a brain? Doing that at the back of the plane. Would you like some gruel? Because I've just eaten 14 KFC buckets on my break. Okay, darlings, that's excellent. That's my therapy session. Katie's arms seem to have moved a little bit into the therapy ground. I think that's what we're saying. Please don't message me and say do a podcast. I think every dickhead has a podcast. Everybody who couldn't get radio or got kicked off radio or wants to feel like they have a job when they don't does podcast. And most of them are boring bastards. And no disrespect to what's that exercise guy with the accent? He's got great hair. Joey, no. I want to say Joey Essex, that's wrong. You know who I'm talking about. He just pretended to exercise 24 hours for comic relief so that he'd be great and he could sell more books. Love him, but you know what I mean? We're not talking the sharpest tool in the shed, are we? And I just feel like if someone like that can get podcasts, really it's just a discrediting to podcasts. So balls to podcasts. One day when a radio station has the balls to have me back on, that's what I want to do. And the only reason I want to do it is not because I like the sound of my own voice, though you could be mistaken here. It's because I miss speaking to people in their kitchens. And I missed having you guys have your voices heard. Ooh, I'm going to get upset. And that was the thing about radio. That was the thing about radio. It was the one route I had to having normal people, my kind of people, have their voices heard. And I think that's why they had to get rid of that radio show as well, because they knew it. Because the best voices in this country are yours. The best voices in this country are people who are paid £1.40 an hour and know what it's like to work at the Wimpy. And those are the only voices that I want heard again. And that's the only way I'm coming back to do radio, is if I can get ordinary people having their voices heard. There, look, I ended up in a sensible and serious place. Listen, we've got a few minutes to go. Lenny Henry is now persuading minorities to vaccinate. Listen, my darling black friends, and there's many of them, particularly black men, helicopters. We know where we're going with that. Don't get vaccinated, darling. It's a load of old shit. Lenny Henry, just because he's lost a bit of weight doesn't make him a health guru. All right, we don't know what's in that freaking thing. It's a state injectable. It didn't go through proper testing. I mean, do what you want. I'm no doctor. I'm no nurse. Let me tell you what happened to me at the PCR testing centre in Heathrow Terminal. Well, I won't say because I don't want her to be fired. Walked in. She told me to shut the door. I thought I was ready for an anal swab. What did she do? Got my head, shoved it between her enormous boobs. It was terribly exciting. She had an ambulance uniform on as well. And she goes, I bloody love you. What a load of shit this is. And that was an ambulance lady at the testing centre who knows that this is a bunch of shit. Even the people pushing this stuff on you know it's a bunch of shit. And some of them love this lady, need her mortgage, need to keep her kids fed, needs her job. But she knows it's shit even as she's standing there having to be part of it. So, whatever. Now, I'm sure I need to be banned from everything from saying all of this. It doesn't matter if I tell you it's my personal opinion. If you want to come arrest me, I'm in Colorado now, but then I'm going to be in California. So honestly, darlings, you're going to have to move your arse. West Midlands, West Yorkshire Police. I'm assuming it's you that's monitoring me because it always is. Whatever's going on at your place, I don't know, but it always seems to come from your police station. You're going to have to move your arse, boys, because I think I move faster than you. And I suspect I've got bigger biceps than you too. I've certainly got a bigger penis. Anyway, darlings, there we are. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for being so supportive of Katie's Arms. I believe me when I say that this isn't really, none of this is about me. I'm sick of ordinary people having to think about what they say before they say it and not hearing their voices anywhere on the mainstream media. So keep going. You will live on through me. I am telling your story here. And I tell you that millions, might be an extension of, I've actually seen, I haven't seen millions of people, thousands of Americans here sympathise with you. They tell me to tell you that they love you and they're sorry and that and you're welcome in the States anytime. So as soon as we can find you a way, I'll find it and we'll get you over here as well. Okay, guys, have a great, what are you? You're in the evening, I'm in the day. Have a great rest of your evening. Finish off the bottle of wine, maybe start another one. And remember, there's no such thing as a non-essential worker or non-essential person. And any journey that you choose to take is essential if it's about making yourself feel better. Okay. Lots of love to everybody. Go out and smile at someone or at least intimidate them with your mask. Okay, lots of love from me.